Welcome back to the Friday Night 360 AZ preview show. I'm Jordan Ham alongside Haley Stasiak. We are continuing our coverage of the state semi-playoffs here this upcoming round, and now we're going to focus on 6A, and we're going to be talking to Red Mountain head coach Mike Peterson. Coach, thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah, glad to be here.
So, Coach, last year you were last year's Cinderella, and this year you guys are the only team that's a non-top 4 seed to be in any of these semifinals. How did last year's success and title run help you guys for this year?
Well, I've always contended that teams that make it deep in the playoffs always have an advantage year after year because we play more games. You know, after 10 games are over, other teams are checking their stuff in, and we pull up sophomores, we pull up freshmen, and they start playing varsity games, and they start practicing a varsity schedule, and we get more weeks to practice and more weeks to play, and therefore have more experience year after year after year. So it starts to pay dividends.
You have a pretty solid run game and a few guys like Ty McElroy, Alejandro Luan, and of course Lance Lawson. How have you seen these guys grow in 2017?
Again, it's an experience thing, you know, as we watch the film every Saturday and break it down and continue to coach and continue to work individual drills and just we coach a kid every play, whether it's in the game or in practice. We coach a kid every play and just continually teach and continue to encourage them and they just gain the experience and the confidence they need to find the crease and press it and puncture where they see it, and if they don't see it, then we'll pull them over on the side and show them on the echo and get them back in the game and keep getting them touches and hope it pays off.
Your team has given up less than 20 points 6 times this year. The defense is just playing great. I know you started off against 2 very good offenses in Chandler and Hamilton. When did you see the defense really start to click into what it was this season?
Again, it's an experience thing. Our defense is very complicated with the multiple fronts and the stemming and the multiple coverages, and it just takes experience to play. And when you have 1 or 2 guys back there that haven't played varsity football and haven't been in a varsity game, and then you've got a young dumb coach like myself who's putting the pressure on kids, and you know, it took me some time to learn too. You ought to see the difference between me the first game and now as a coach, and I've matured and the kids have matured, and we're just all we're a different team, and we're all better for it.
You mentioned that experience, and you have some experience facing up against Chandler. What has the tone been in practice this week?
The tone is we expect to win. We're not going out there to survive. We're not going out there to do anything but to compete, do our very best, and we expect to win this game.
When you look at this Chandler team, based off your experiences playing them and then what you've seen in film, what have you seen out of them on the offensive and defensive side?
Offensively, they've got a lot of weapons. They're very talented. As we break the film down, hard to find tendencies. They gain so many yards on first down, so it's hard to find tendencies on second and long or third and long, and so we've got to stop them on first down. We've got to make them get in game situations that they're not used to, that they don't see a lot. So on defense, big up front, fast trigger and linebackers. We've got to maintain our blocks. We've got to know our assignment and make sure we get them and get our assignment taken care of, and just chunk out the yards and control the football. Not necessarily run it all the time, but make sure we complete the passes and manage the football game and limit their offensive touches. So we're going to have some fun.
Great talking to you, Coach. Good luck on Friday.
Hey, thanks a lot, Jordan, Haley.
Have a good one, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, that was Red Mountain head coach Mike Peterson. this is a team, like he said, they're coming in expecting to win. They've always sort of had that mindset that no matter who the competition is, they're ready to go. That's exactly what they did last year against Mountain Point. They almost beat that #1 seed in the state semis. And really, in my eyes, this Red Mountain team, as a 13 seed last year, was the first team that really made Mountain Point look human. So I have a feeling that they're going to definitely put up a good fight, and this is going to be a very, very good game between Chandler and Red Mountain. What was your big takeaway?
Experience. You don't really hear a lot of coaches attributing stuff to that in the successes, but he makes a good point in that. It's all about getting the reps, and in anything you do, whether it's football and school, it's all about the reps. So they've seen Chandler, they know what they're up against. Obviously, it poses a very big challenge for them, but it sounds like they're very ready to take this on and get things going on Friday.
Yeah, a very interesting point that he brought up in terms of getting more games and getting more players to be pulled up. You hear college coaches talk so much about getting bowl games, and then they have another month of practice, and that really helps jumpstart it. So it is totally a snowball effect, and that's why you see probably a lot of the same teams up top, because they do get those 3 or 4 more games, and obviously more experience for those young guys. So really good stuff. A lot of really good games that we're going to preview here on the other side. We're going to take a look at each and every semifinal game that's coming up next on the Friday Night 360 AZ preview show.